What's up, everybody? Been a little while, been kind of busy. Trying something new tonight. Pardon the clutter, it threw everything off down here. So I'm going to clean up everything directly underneath me when I get a chance. I wasn't expecting to have to move all that. But I've added a Discord chat, as a lot of people have been asking for. You can see the link down here on the bottom right. That'll get you added to the chat. And whenever I do a live stream, this live stream part of the chat will be open. The other ones, I've got some stuff open for like EDH deck techs, modern talk, pauper, just general stuff that comes up related to my channel. So if you guys want to join that, that would be awesome. I'll be able to let you know when I'm streaming that way. So I am going to be re-airing a game I played the other night. This is single-handedly one of the best EDH games I have played in probably, I don't know, maybe a year. Everybody just was on top of it. We all got perfect draws. We all played smart. No one really took over the game. It was all back and forth. Everyone was polite. We were all complimenting each other while we were playing. Just everything went perfect. And I talk so much about what a perfect game is, so I really wanted to show one off. I really wish I'd been streaming this game live. This is just such a great game. I'm going to have the chat open down here. I want you guys to see the conversation that went on as well. And I'm just kind of going to replay the game and let us all take a look at how this all unfolded. As you can see, my commander for this was Kozilek, the Great Distortion. Probably my favorite colorless commander. I was playing this deck just for fun. This is just one of my personal favorites. For my opponents, we've got a Blink deck with Rune of the Hidden Realms. We've got Thada Adele. She's a great commander, really underappreciated. I think she's one of the better ones in blue. And then two partners, we've got Ishai and Rayhan. This player is going to go infinite at one point in the game, but because the game was going so well and they wanted to keep watching the rest of us play, they're just going to bow out of the game, which is something that you really should consider when you go infinite like this, and then just keep watching the rest of us play. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the game. As you can see, this is my opening draw here. I definitely kept this. I've got a Mishra's Workshop, Crystal Vein, Urza's Factory. And then for my non-lands, I've got Warping Whale, Pristine Talisman, Thran Dynamo, and a Soul Ring. It's practically all mana rocks. When you're playing colorless with a lot of Eldrazi, you need a lot of mana really fast. So that's what I had to go with. Let's see. See how we start out here. So I drew Ulamog. Original Ulamog. I'm really fond of this one. My paper one is actually altered with Pinkie Pie on it. Because when Pinkie Pie comes to the party, she fucks shit up and destroys something. Gotta love Pinkie Pie. I love me some ponies. So it's 3 mana there. Wow, it's gonna make me go through each mana spent. So, started out with the Pristine Talisman. Pristine Talisman led into, if it wants to do it here, my Soul Ring. So, really big first turn right there. If you're playing colorless right, that is how your first turn should be turning out. I think I'll post the full deck list for this at some point. This is just genuinely one of my favorite decks to play. I've had it in paper for years. I used to run it with this Ulamog as the commander. But Kozilek he's so much better. He fills your hand all the way back up, which you really need in colorless. Plus he gives you access to countering things. So we're doing a bunch of land. Hardened Scales should be no surprise out of those two commanders. Drawing Immortal Sun here. As you're going to see, I'm going to stick to some more mana ramp. Forgive me if I call something wrong. I'm doing this whole thing from memory. I haven't rewatched this until now. So it looks like I'm going for a second turn Immortal Sun. That's not too bad, is it? Yeah, I think I was starting to scare my opponents here. So just hollow the Bandit Lord up there. Thought with a nice non-threatening start there. Oh yeah, me trying to calm people down by telling them that I just have rocks and nothing else in my opener. Ooh, pretty old school Mox. Speaking of that, I just bought a Black Lotus and 4 of the original Moxes today. I'm working on a vintage deck. It's probably going to be another couple months before I get it finished, just price-wise. But should have some really fun games on the stream then, showing off Black Lotuses and Turn 2 Grizzlebrands. So my Turn 2 doesn't look as good now that we have a Mirari's Wake coming out on Turn 2. Well, Turn 3. Either way, Mirari's Wake is just amazing. It's like one of those cards, if you're in those colors, you should probably have it in your deck. Trying not to skip over anything. So here's a fun card I don't see as often as I think I should. Precursor Golem is really awesome. For 5 mana you get 9 power. Sure, if they target one they can take them all out, but if this was just one creature you wouldn't think twice about running it. I still never got to see the token this card makes. I didn't actually use the token all game. So it turns out that a turn 1 Pristine Talisman is going to gain a lot of life. Totally forgot that my spells cost 1 less. So I think I just go for the Precursor here. Yep. So let's get our Ultron tokens. I swear these look like Ultron. Like maybe a more medieval version of Ultron with those shoulder pads. I'm trying not to take too long on this clicking, but I've never done one of these before, so we're experimenting here. Getting rid of their Hollow the Bandit Lord seems odd, but I guess they wanted their colored mana. Croson Verge is just amazing, though. I still think that might be the best fetch land in Commander. I'm getting you 2 non-basics. So you can see here a Breeding Pool and Prairie Stream. So really, really valuable. Rachel and I went to my favorite, our favorite little local place. It's a tea house that serves all kinds of fancy teas. And while I have to bring my own decaf stuff since I'm allergic to caffeine, they have this amazing thing that's basically chocolate milk and tea mixed together. And I've yet to be able to recreate it the same way that they make it. It is just, oh, it's so good. It's just black tea and milk and cocoa, and just the best thing you can imagine. I got a second one to go tonight after we finished hanging out with our friends. It's not hot anymore, but it's still delicious. So Juniper Order Ranger is kind of dangerous. Whenever a creature comes into play for Token Titan, that gets a +1/+1 counter, and so does the creature that came into play. With Hardened Scales, that means they're getting 2 each time. With Rayhan and Ishai, you can see where this is going. And then an Anguished Unmaking on my Immortal Sun. So as you can see, the removal is always targeting the best thing in play. There's no one like misidentifying the threats in this game. Like everyone's playing at their top level. So I'm going to draw a little mana dork here. Taps for 2 colorless. I do not remember what I play on this turn. Probably the Palladium Mirror. Yep. I think I'm trying not to terrify people by playing a Annihilator Eldrazi this early. Yeah, I'm just attacking the 2 people that don't have blockers. God, it's like 8 clicks to get between steps in this video. Still think it's faster than watching the real game, more than likely. So we're getting a clone. I think they took my Precursor Golem? No, Palladium Mirror. But either way, good targeting. I'm getting basically an extra Soul Ring on a stick there. So Thada Adele playing against a colorless deck is really strong, since she steals artifacts out of decks. So I got a Rhystic Study now. Always good early game. Always good late game, just always fucking good. Rhystic Study is a bomb. Another one of those cards, I tell you, if you're playing that color, you should probably have it in your deck. So now we got even more to worry about with the doubling season over there. So I'd been thinking about destroying something. Probably the Mirari's Wake with Ulamog. But now we got doubling season, which is an even bigger threat. That card's just going to do a lot of work in a +1/+1 counter deck. Now we got Rayhan coming in with 4 8 counters. Am I getting that number right? Up, and then the 2 from Juniper Order Druid, so it's going to be a 10-10. Sorry, a 12-12 right off the bat. Jesus Christ. Forgot how scary that was. And then the 13-13 Mirari's Wake. Juniper Order Ranger's already up to a 7-9. Don't even remember if I blocked this, I might have. No, I just took the 7. That's still terrifying though. Oh, I think I'm giving myself an extra mana here to make sure I can cast Ulamog. Always pay for Rhystic Study if you can. Yay, Eldrazi Zion. This kind of reminds me of Steven Universe, what the Jasper corruptions look like. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that watches that show. So just a reminder to anyone watching, please try out the Discord chat I finally set up. I'd love to see how it works out. Okay, so I did go for Ulamog here. Oh, and I miscalculated the cost. I forgot I had palladium near. I think it works out in the end, because I'm able to pay for the Ristic Study. But yeah, I could have saved that Zion. So I got rid of the Doubling Season, because that is dangerous as hell. And now you're going to see this card become a serious problem in this game. So I'm obviously counting on Ulamog to stick around. But I want to do some damage over there, because that's terrifying. That's just absolutely terrifying. And we have a Royal Elemental. For those that don't know what this is, it's a 3/2 with flying and has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain control of target creature for as long as you control Royal Elemental. I'm sure you can see why that is really, really, really good. So they're taking Ulamog. Big surprise. So much for counting on Ulamog to be a blocker. So you can see that Ristic Study is gaining a lot of value up there. And now we have a clone. I wonder what they're going to clone. Oh right, Ulamog. As you can see, the bad side of playing Eldrazi. So now almost everyone has my Ulamog except for me. And we have a Cathar's Crusade, something else that needs removing. And I'm in the colors that don't remove that well. Well, colors? You know what I mean. I like that little comment down there. Well, this isn't just the typical EDH game. So let's make another 1.5 million +1/+1 counters. Rayhan's up to 15, Ishai's at 6. Juniper Order is at 11, 13. God, those cards are so good together. And I think, yep, I take a fuck ton of commander damage here. So I'm at 15 commander damage that fast. That was, what, turn 6. As I said, we all got amazing draws this game. Oh, I remember what I'm doing here. Cozy. Gotta love my friend Cozy. I don't know why I didn't pay for the Ristic Study there. I've got the mana. So I drew a land, Soul of New Phyrexia, Taunus' Coffin, Living Wall, I love that art. Anson Maddox, my favorite old school artist. Sword of Cauldra, and Thematic Compass. More importantly, I have converted mana cost 2, 4, 4, 4, 6, and 5. That's what I'm able to counterspell with. Very, very, very relevant. That's what Kozilek is for. Oh, why am I clicking OK? Forgot I'm doing something different here. I think I played the Coffin here. Yeah, I played the Coffin. There was just a lot of stuff on the board that needed to be removed. Couldn't pay for Ristic. Oh, and I'm trying to make some friends here, saying I won't counter spells if people leave Ulamog or leave me alone with the Ulamogs. There was a hole in my plan, though. I forgot the Royal Elemental again. Motherfucker's taking all my Eldrazi. What are you gonna do? This is EDH. I love that little reaction emoji. Or emoticon, whichever. I'm crying. Losing all my Eldrazi to someone else. And then they steal the clone Ulamog. Put mine in my graveyard, so my graveyard shuffles back. You gotta love playing Eldrazi, you're always mill-proof. There's so much fun like that. They really should have kept mine and killed the clone, though. I think that would have been a slightly better play, but only slightly. See, if you notice, the Ishai is up to 12 power. And getting really terrifying. But we've got an austere command, destroying all creatures. I'm totally down with that. That shit needed to be done. The only problem is, hey, look who's indestructible. Well, Pinkie Pie parties hard. She sticks around and parties hard. There's no getting that girl to go home. By the way, if anyone's in doubt, I've got a pop socket on my phone of Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash. I don't play when it comes to ponies. So yeah, they got their triggers for Rayhan, but they have no creatures in play to move those counters to. If they did, it would have gotten massive. Getting all these alerts, and it's not for chat. Come on and try the chat out, people. I want to see how it works. I want to make sure I've set everything up properly. So it's funny, in this game, the mono blue deck is the least threatening one. It doesn't happen often. So we're going to have a stolen identity and another Ulamog. I was trying to remember how that stayed on the board after the board wipe. They've got Yavimaya Hollow, which lets you regenerate a creature. Always important to keep track of what lands are in play, because there's some really good lands. That's why I try to tell you guys, always make sure you're playing strip lands, like Strip Mine, Field of Ruin, Tectonic Edge, Ghost Quarter. Play your strip lands, you're going to need them. Also, they're wondering why they haven't been getting the destroy target permanent when they clone Ulamog. It's because it's a cast trigger, it's not when it comes into play. Eldrazi's get their triggers whether you counterspell them or not. That's one of the reasons they're so powerful. So we found out Template Discovery has a glitch in it. It doesn't matter if your opponents fetch out lands, you're only going to get one when you cast it. It doesn't give you the extra ones for some reason. So now we know. What land did I take here? Or what would I take now looking at it? Looking at all the land, I'd probably take Temple of the False God. Yeah, I'd probably take Temple of the False God looking at it now. I took Homeward Path, that makes perfect sense. Since all these creatures keep getting stolen. So they took a Boro, Reliquary Tower, oh, did they get the extra lands? I remember there was one game I played where it completely glitched out. So they're going to take another cloned Ulamog away, which lets them kill an Ulamog. Put the clone in the graveyard this time. And they actually want to get rid of all the Ulamogs. They told me to Tawnos' Coffin, the last one. I just realized that's a fairly obscure card. It works kind of like a reusable Oblivion Ring, but it leaves like all the counters and enchantments and stuff on the card that you put under it. Just an old school version of it. Pay 3 and tap it to exile a creature. Stays exiled as long as you leave it tapped, and whenever you untap it, they get the creature back with all the shit that it had on it. Very, very good card. If you can afford one, pick it up. I think it's like $80 in paper. You can get it online for less than $2. I know it wasn't much. Online prices are always better. Almost always better. But yeah, it's definitely a card worth owning. So we've got Ishai back. And then they're becoming the Monarch through Throne of the High City. So we have Monarch added to the game. I was watching the Command Zone podcast, the most recent one about really neat stuff that we should get in Commander, like what the format needs. And they suggested a really cool thing that I can totally get behind. And it's a Boros commander that says the first person to deal combat damage in a game becomes the Monarch. Oh, we're making a little deal here. I said if they'll attack Token Titan with Ulamog, I'll let it live until after it attacks, so we can get the Annihilator trigger, because a lot of that stuff needs to go. That's how you make your bargains. But yeah, that's a really cool thing. I think we totally need a way for Monarch to be in every game. And Boros needs a way to draw more cards. Boros has a lot of trouble with cards. Mono White has a lot of trouble drawing. So that's a commander I could totally get behind. Oh, and it also had the ability partners with any Mono White, Mono Red, or Boros commander. Okay, can we go forward, please? So we got Living Wall, a card I really, really like. This is something I think should be in Commander a little more often. A regenerating 0/6 is kind of useful to have around. It regenerates for 1 of any color. So you can definitely get some value out of that. So we got Predator Flagship coming down. I don't know if that's as known as it should be. It's a legendary artifact for 5. Pay 2 mana, target creature gains flying until end of turn, pay 5 and tap, destroy a creature with flying. So you can play it offensively, you can play it as removal. It's a multi-use card that you can definitely get a lot of value out of. And in colorless, where you don't have access to many ways of doing targeted removal, it's good to have some stuff around like that. You have to get really creative when you're playing without any colors. It's one of the things that kind of draws me into playing colorless decks. They make you think differently. So we got Tatovia coming out. One of my favorite commanders, as you guys know. stupid creature stealing stuff going on again. So we're going to attack for those Annihilator triggers. Such a broken mechanic. I'm glad they've never done it since. So they're going to lose their Ancient Tomb, Cathar's Crusade, Hardened Scales, and what was the last one there? Mox Diamond. So that's good. That's a reasonable sacrifice. They block with Ishai, which just kind of bounces. And then when I put the token in the coffin, it's going to cease to exist. That Insight is getting a lot of traction. Whenever an opponent casts a green spell, draw a card. Even with me being a colorless deck, there's 2 green decks here, and green is arguably one of the best colors in the format. So I got a Gauntlet of Power for blue. Sadly, I have no basic islands. And a Lightning Greaves. I think this is where we finally see the commander come out. Well, a Cyclonic Rift targeting Royal Elemental. So everyone can get their things back finally. Greaves on the Ulamog, so I'm going to coffin it. No more Ulamogs. They're all gone finally. That only took till turn 7. Can't believe an 11-drop commander sat out, or 11-drop creature sat out that long. I don't know if you guys can hear how much I'm having to click on here. We got an Hour of Promise coming out. Rick is drawing so many cards over there. Pop those 2 enchantments. Okay, Rayhan is coming back. I think I'm regenerating my wall just to do something and use up my mana so I don't have to respond. Throw a regeneration trigger on the stack. So I'm at 15 commander damage from Token Titan, but it's from Rayhan. The partner commander's commander damage stacks separately, so if I got hit by Ishai, it wouldn't kill me, even though it's more than 21 damage from one player. If anyone was wondering about that with the format. Luckily, I'm not the one being attacked here. So Bird of Prey is up to 18 commander damage from Ishai. Those are some big hits. Token Titan's over here swinging for the damn fences. So I can untap my coffin since the token never actually went underneath it. So I drew Nulamog. Dare I put another Eldrazi in play to be copied 50 times over. I know I play my damn compass because I don't want to be murdered by a Skye. And that should flip at the end of turn if I remember correctly. Am I casting the sword here? I guess that makes sense. So I guess I don't cast Ulamog this turn. I think I used the Predator flagship actually to kill off his Skye. Makes more sense. Compass is going to flip. Oboro is going to return to hand. I play Oboro in my Tatovia deck. I totally know how good that is. Oh, Spires. I love Spires. As you guys should know, since every deck I build seems to have that card in it. It's like I want to click a whole bunch of times to speed things up, but I'm afraid I'm going to click past things. So Miria Shepherd is a beast. Thankfully playing Oboro and not a Plains. So they're going to get that clone back. Did I kill the Miria Shepherd here? I think I killed the Shepherd. Because Ishai I can actually handle. Yeah, I'm killing the Shepherd before that thing gets out of hand. So they get their clone back. That's all they're getting back for 7 mana. So it's kind of new to show my games off in this manner. It seems to be going a lot faster than the actual game did. If you guys like this format better, where I can play it a little bit quicker, and you just have me commenting on it at my speed here, let me know. I don't mind doing them like this in the future. I just want to make sure it's a format that you guys like watching. So we have Devastation Tide. Barf. There goes all my artifacts. So Coffin is exiling a commander. Puts it back in the puts it back in the command zone. So they have to pay a tax if they want to get it back. That was a very intentional play. But yeah, look what happens when it dies. It just moves all the counters over to Rayhan, which is horrifying. Oh, I saved the Ishai, that's right. But then it was just stolen. And lightning grieved. So this is what I consider really fun EDH. Like, this is a very, very back and forth chessy game. Everybody's doing wild stuff. Like, no one's locked out of the game. Like, this is what the format should be, I think. Like, it really sucks that all of our best decks are the exact same type of deck. They're all combos. And it really makes it unfun for people who don't like playing combo. So, I mean, there are multiple ways to play Magic. Not everybody likes playing that exact same way. So for only those players to be at the top of the format and everyone else to be beneath them, I don't know, it's just not as fun. And like, you can play combos without making them all go infinite. I think I'm leading with the Dynamo here. Dynamo into Pristine into Sol Ring. Sounds like what I do. Apparently I'm doing something else. Ulamog. Targeting Lightning Greaves. And what else? What else did I target there? Lightning Greaves and Reliquary Tower. That's right. This leaves Ishai open to removal from someone else. Like, you still gotta worry with that 30 power commander out there. Oh yeah, Ulamog heard everybody really liked him, so he came back with a new outfit. You know, we were all really enjoying Ulamog earlier. You know, I share. I'm down for sharing. And the Royal Elemental is back. We need to get rid of that stupid thing too. Land comes into play. I believe they're going to take Ishai. Yep, keep that thing moving around. So weird to see a naked take possession, but it's still on the Ishai. Like, I get keeping people's permanents on one side of the table so you know whose it is, but stuff like Monarch, that needs to move around. Keeping that on one side and not being able to see who it belongs to makes things really confusing. I had that happen playing with Queen Marchesa last night. Now I want to point this out in the chat real quick. Off that start, I was pretty sure it would be a blowout pretty early, but when people know what they're doing, the balancing is fun. Wow, that's not properly phrased, but when people know what they're doing with the balancing, I assume that's what they meant, the game is fun. Wow, that is not a good sentence. Basically, it's more fun when people know what the fuck they're doing. And everybody can play a game at the same level. So yeah, you can see how good this is going at this point. So we have a Diluvian Primordial coming out. I'm pretty sure they hit that Austere Command and wipe the table again. Yep. Austere Command and Tempt with Discovery. Austere destroys all creatures. So Ishai is out of play again. Thank God, no one's going to die to Ishai right now. So we're all going to get a land. Now I take the Temple of the False God. Okay. So we're all getting good lands. Are they able to get 3 more here? Yeah, it looks like it actually worked that time. Okay, maybe they fixed it since the game that it was broken in. Thespian stage to make a new reliquary tower, so they dealt with the old tower. Oh, and they thought with the tower gone they didn't need a strip mine off that fetch. That's what Thespian stage does. Another really, really good utility land you should consider for your decks. And Looter Ilkor, just a little shadow attacker that draws you a card when it hits. And since it has shadow, it always hits. Hey Rachel.
Hello.
I am on the stream.
Okay.
With the meatballs. And my chocolate milk tea. Oh my god, I also had a rice ball. It's called onigiri. And a big ass bowl of homemade miso soup. Oh, it's so good. That place has the best shit. If you're ever in central New York, look up Roji Tea House. Oh my god, it's great. And I've got a fruit fly wandering around on my computer screen. Lovely. Hate those damn things. So this might be where they go infinite here. Just to point this out, here's the Judge variant of Demonic Tutor. It's like $500 in paper. Really cool artwork. I prefer the Liliana one myself. I'm kind of partial. I don't know if anyone's noticed yet. I tried to add Lily to my chair. I thought she'd show up over the back of my head, but apparently I am as tall as Liliana. So is this where they go infinite? Yeah, I think this is where they go infinite. Yeah, so they play Archangel of Thune. Whenever they gain life, everything gets a counter. They play Sage of Hours. Gets a counter when you target it, and you can remove all counters. For every 5 removed, you take an extra turn. And then they play Spike Feeder. Comes in with 2 counters, remove a counter to gain 2 life. So every time you remove a counter, this puts another one back on. And it puts one on all your creatures, so every 5 times you get this guy, you take an extra turn. So I was mistaken and just noticed these 2 for the gain infinite life. This is an old combo from Modern, when the format was new. And I thought they were still going to be beatable through Mill, and I have new Lamog out, who can easily deck a player. 3 swings and they've got 4 cards left in their deck. I didn't notice this thing at first. So this is their infinite combo. It's a little convoluted, so I don't mind it too much. But once they demonstrated their combo, they just dropped out of the game. That is the polite way to do it. So yay! People being polite. It's a refreshing change. So we get to keep playing here. Put the coffin back out. As you can see, they concede from the game, but they're still watching. And they're going to stay in the chat too. I feel like he just transcended. I fucking love the conversation in this game. This really was one of the best games I've ever played. See, I've won. No need to play anymore. This is the right way to do it. If you're going to win like that, just drop out, let everybody keep playing. Other people should be able to enjoy the game if they want to. So I believe I start going after Rick here and trying to take out that deck. Yep, down to 38 cards left. God, exiling the top 20 cards is just, ugh. Ulamog is disgusting, but I love Ulamog. The new version of Ulamog might be my favorite of the Eldrazi. Plus that art's really cool. It looks like a corrupted gem fusion. There we go with the Steven Universe references again. I need to come back from hiatus. I want to watch more Steven. I need to find out what's going on with Lapis and Peridot, since they both got proofed. I don't feel like that's a spoiler. That's been like 2 months ago. Doesn't really give much away either. I love Lapis and Peridot. They're two of my favorites. So notice with the Ramu Nap that lets them play a land from their graveyard, they immediately went for that Croson Verge again. Should tell you something. Remember to put Croson Verge in all of your decks that have green-white. So Rick is just gaining a butt ton of life in this game. Gauntlet of Power is back. That's going to make a ton of mana. I think something stupid comes out in a second here. Darksteel Forge, yeah, that's pretty stupid. Okay, I get it. Darksteel Forge, go. Oh, there's me telling everybody needs to be on this Twitch channel. We all exchanged screen names after this and buddied each other, but I haven't seen all of us online at the same time again. I know I bumped into Rick Texas for games here and there, like in the past, but we haven't had a game together again yet. I'd totally be down for one anytime. This game was so amazing. Okay, cast the Lotus. Still no one in the chat. I guess it's just too late at night. It is the weekend though, guys. You should be in there. Hey, we finally have Thada make an appearance. She's probably gonna go digging in my deck. Hello. There we go. And a Bident of Thassa. Nice little staple of blue decks. Looter attacks me, so I Spires it. Draw a Worm Coil. I was hoping the Masterpiece Worm Coil would have some really cool Masterpiece tokens fall out of it, but sadly it's just the original tokens. Hello. I feel like deeper into this game the button's not working as well. I don't know why I still haven't cast the Pristine Talisman again. I think I'm casting it right now, though. There's my baby. I love Pristine Talisman. I'm really excited there's a Pauper deck that runs 4 of it. So let's knock that deck down to 17 cards. I think I actually deck Rick Texas in this game, which is a pretty cool way to finish someone off when you're playing gigantic Eldrazi. Like you think you would kill someone with damage, but instead, let's just eat their deck. With an indestructible Ulamog. Okay, casting creatures with flash off the Winding Canyon. I love how this thing saves the results of every game like this, so you can go back through them, analyze what happened. Sorry about the chip bag noises, Rachel's having some chips. Hey, Rune came to the party finally, so we finally have all commanders in play. I think with the burgeoning on the table, I'm going to be getting rid of that Ramunap. Yep. It's funny, even rewatching it, I make almost the exact same plays. It's a good sign of knowing what you're doing. So now they're going to play something at instant speed in response to the coffin. A clone of Ramunap, I believe. Yep. Hey, Max. It has kitties. Where'd Zyper go, anyway?
Oh, he was sleeping in here. Or downstairs.
We have no idea where the Zoid has gone. So yeah, when I originally played this game, we all we were all going pretty much to our time limit. So I think replaying it this way is saving us like about half the time of the game. So hello, my green lion friend. I saw you jump in the chat there. Nice to see you joining. Feel free to send a message so we can see how the chat's working. Can't remember what Thada stole from my deck here. If she attacked me, I don't even remember. Oh, no, she hit Bird of Prey. Skull of Orm, that is old school. This card came out in the dark. Returns enchantments from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty useful artifact, actually. Something you don't see very often. Recursion's kind of a big deal in EDH, being able to get your cards back from the graveyard since it's so easy to remove things. That's something you think you'd see a little more of. Can we move forward here? There we go. So playing the game this way isn't perfect, but it's working pretty well. Activating it, targeting Take Possession. Burgeoning Trigger, they keep bouncing that Oboro. That way they can get Spore Mound triggers. I'm like vaguely remembering this part of the game. Playing Take Possession. Forget what they're targeting here. Can't see what they're targeting. Oh, Homeward Path. That's right, they were planning to steal something of mine here. I don't know, I'm having trouble remembering this part. Brain Geyser. Why don't I own a Brain Geyser? Let me fix that real quick. There's a card I feel I should order. I don't even know how much it is online. That's really cheap. Holy shit, 3 cents. Yeah, I'll be making that happen after this game. Just one of those random old school cards. Surprisingly expensive in paper because it never got printed after revise. Body double. Oh, there's a Zoidberg. Hi Zoidberg, do you want to be on camera? Come on over. Hello. Oh, this thing. So all creatures have Island Walk. Nothing without Island Walk can attack or flying. And all lands are islands. So say hello to the Zoidberg. It's a Zoidberg. Hello, buddy. He's a cutie. He knows it. He loves the attention. And players can't search libraries. So yeah, they thought the Stormtide Leviathan was going to save their ass. Hello. They are wrong. So I just go ahead and untap the coffin because they've already got one Ramunap. What's 2 of them? So I'm going to do something pretty cool here. What? Are you looking at the meatball? Are you looking at the meatball? Zoidberg's looking at meatball. You're not going to eat my meatball. I'll tell you that much. So I'm going to be using Predator Flagship. Remember I told you it has an extra use. We're going to give Ulamog flying. I wish that was on camera.
Oh, that's fun. I was hoping it would be.
Camera doesn't see that far down. Rachel just offered Zoidberg a tortilla, and he retched and almost threw up all over the place. He retches whenever you offer him any human food, even like a slice of turkey or a piece of chicken or something, like things cats would like. Like he just fucking yaks at it. It's so weird. So we're giving Ulamog flying, which is absolutely terrifying, picturing that flying. I gave Wormcoil flying. And we are going to go to combat with this. And they're playing more lands to get more sprawling tokens. Doing it over and over again. Oh, and they blinked my Ulamog, so I couldn't attack. So yeah, I send Wormcoil over at Birds of Prey. So ruin my cute little trigger there. Oh, I think I'm playing Cozy here. Cozy's coming back. It's so nice to take mana from Kozilek's Channeler to play Kozilek. Just feels right. So again, I've got 6, 4, and 4. Let's see what we draw off his cast ability. 0, 0, 4, and a 1. Not the greatest. Kind of loaded down on the 4s, but there's a lot of 4-cost board wipes. Figured I'd play the Mana Crypt just because there's not a lot of things you can counter that cost 0. Oh my god, all the mana dancing. So they're attacking me with both of those. Spire's Thada. Because I didn't want them going through my deck. Regenerating my wall. I've got islands. This has Island Walk. I don't remember what's going on here. I might have just been using up all my mana. Burp. Hope that came through on the microphone. Liger just burped super loud. No, I think I'm just taking the 9. Yep. They're down to 15 cards in deck over there. Like pressing your face into my phone? Silly. I am covered in cat. I know you guys can't see it too well. Let's see if I can put him on camera for a second here. Well, you got a cat butt. There's a cat face. In case you're wondering, the shirt's a Star Wars shirt. Rebels have more fun. Sorry, we're having fun with the Zoid. So that's a thing. With 13 cards in hand. So all creatures get minus 13, minus 0. Trying to make this work. So my turn. Let's see what I'm going to be doing about all that. Win the Mana Crypt flip. It doesn't seem to happen very often for me. Drew a Spine of Ishsaw. That's always nice. More really good colorless removal. So once again, I'm going to give flying to my dudes. Ulamog gets flying. I believe Kozilek and Wormcoil will both get flying too. Nope, just Ulamog. Oh yeah, because they all have no power. But it doesn't matter that they have no power when Ulamog is going to finish eating Rick's deck. So yeah, I gotta tell Rick how great a game that was. Notice in this game I'm actually getting properly gendered by the players. That's always refreshing. I have no idea why I played the Mana Vault. I really should have kept that in my hand as a potential counterspell. Is this the sword? I think I put the sword on something. But I need to hold some things as counterspells here. Yeah, there's Rick saying that he could have easily played something that would have broken the game to kill himself, but decided not to just because it's kind of poor etiquette. So that's really refreshing to see players not ruining the game as they die. Again, another thing that makes this one of the best games I've ever played. Great gaming etiquette. I don't remember what I coffined. What did I coffin there? Oh, I targeted Rune. As they blink their clone to change it to something else. Probably going to come back as an Ulamog, I'm guessing, or a Kozilek. Get the Winding Canyons again. I don't know, maybe I just let this turn play at regular speed. Let's see what happens. Avenger of Zendikar. Discard something that costs 7. Yeah, it's a little fast. Yeah, so I discarded Spine of Ishsada, Kozilek, to counter the Avenger of Zendikar. Get an Altered Ego with an X of 2. And it is Thada. Makes sense. Altered Ego is so good. It's neat having a clone that just can't be countered. Okay, so the clone returns. And it's going to be an Ulamog. Yay, we're cloning Ulamogs again. Zoidberg, you were just getting too fat. Making my knees hurt too bad.
He's a butterball.
He is definitely a butterball. An uncooked butterball. We have a running joke in our group of friends that Zoidberg looks like an uncooked raw chicken. I know that was a little redundant. He does look like a little raw chicken though, especially when he loafs. I think you guys all know what a cat loaf looks like. So we're recasting Rune. What am I activating here? I might just be casting something off the Vidalcan Orrery. Oh, I activated Inventor Sphere. I forgot the Mindlock Orb was in play. I can't search my library. I was going to look for something that cost 5 so I could counter Rune. So even though Rick is dead on board, he was still able to ding me there. Yeah, I even counted their land to make sure they couldn't recast if I countered. And I felt really, really smart for a second. And then I remembered I can't search. Oops. That was an amusing mistake. So Thought is going to attack, but she has -8 power, so she doesn't do anything. She has to actually deal damage for her ability to trigger. What's that? It's a very cute loaf. We have a cat booping going on. So we're finishing up here with Bird of Prey's turn, and then Rick Texas is going to get an upkeep to do stuff before they are knocked out of the game. Exiling Altered Ego. Altered Ego is going to come back. It's going to become Stormtide Leviathan. They're going to gain life off Ivory Tower here. And Rick loses the game because there's no cards left in his deck. Because Ulamog ate them all. Now that was interesting. So, in response to Rick being locked out, I get a chance to play something at the end of their turn. I'm giving Stormtide Leviathan flying, and then I'm going to have the Predator flagship shoot it down. So once again, Predator flagship is very useful. I think I'm flashing in the Sword of Caldera at end of turn, because I know it came into play at some point in this game. Nope, Weatherlight. I'm way off. I must be thinking of a different game. Sorry about the alarm. So I'm pretty sure I untapped the Coffin. Yep, there's nothing under it, so no reason not to untap. I don't believe I untapped the Mana Vault, so I'm going to take a damage from it. And here's where I have to figure out how I'm going to kill Bird of Prey. I don't think they have any flyers, so I think I just swing over with a flying Kozilek here. Probably should have held on to the Tamiyo's Journal as a counterspell. I don't know, I really like that card. I just like casting it. I don't know, I'm weird like that. Hello, let's go forward a step. There we go. Coffin is going to eat that Ulamog. There's the Sword of Caldera. Sword is going on to the Worm Coil. Kozilek, Ulamog, and Worm Coil all attacking. Scary cards. I really should have just given everything flying and swung over. I don't know why I didn't. I think I just wanted the game to last. For those that don't notice it, because people always seem to forget, Kozilek has Menace. It's kind of buried down in the bottom there. I win a lot of games with Kozilek just because people forget to leave a second blocker up. Making more fungi. You gotta love the fungi. Curse and Verge being amazing again. Trying to go fast through these end of turn things here. Gavany Township, putting a ton of counters. And Bird of Prey's turn. Eternal Witness, picking up a Myria Shepherd. So that thing's finally coming back. Thankfully I've got some land open. Oh no, I've already used the coffin. So something's going to be played with haste. I'm pretty sure it's the Shepherd. Come on, you can put it into play. There we go. This little play to the next stop button keeps sticking. So we're bringing Altered Ego back. So I am going to use Scavenger Grounds and get rid of their graveyard. So I don't want them cloning an Eldrazi again. And they're putting another land into play with Llanowar Scout, which triggers a Myria Shepherd for Altered Ego again. So they really wanted that clone. Hey Rachel, we just got an alert. It's been exactly 5 years since we moved to New York as of today.
Yeah.
Happy 5-year New York anniversary.
Happy 5 years in New York anniversary to you too.
Yay! That was random as hell to have on stream. I have an app on my phone, since I have a poor concept of time with my autism, that tells me when certain time periods have passed on different things. And so now we know we have lived in the state of New York for 5 years. That's pretty damn cool. I gotta move my legs, Zoidberg. You're killing my knees.
I gotta make my way to bed. I'm too tired though.
Aww. I'm gonna miss you when you leave me. And they're attacking with a butt ton of creatures. I'm at 41 now. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. Spire's one of them. Block some stuff and things. Probably regenerate my wall, because that's how a wall do. Okay. Let's see what's happening. I'm at 12 life, they're at 8. I'm at 9 life because I always seem to lose my flips. I'm at 8 life because of my artifacts. Got an Ugin. By the way, Ugin's little middle ability there, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less that's 1 or more colors. I don't have any colors. That's a very one-sided board wipe. I really love that in colorless. That's a really good one-sided board wipe, and I love it in colorless. I can't talk over the bag. Sorry.
I'm also died.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I still love you. So we're finally realizing I can give flying to things. So Kozilek, Ulamog, and Wormcoil all get flying. which is terrifying. And I believe this is game. I think one of them gets blinked here. Yeah, Wormcoil's getting a blink. But the Eldrazi are going to win the day, as they usually do. Except against Gatewatch. Oh, and he even regenerated my Kozilek for me. And that is how we do. Eldrazi for the win. Oh god, 20 cards exiled there. But yeah, that is singly one of the best EDH games I have ever played, and probably the best game in the past year. I really had to show that to you guys because it's that amazing. So yeah, let me know if showing the games in this format is preferable. I know it saves quite a bit of time. I just wanted to show off while I'm in here. I'm working on my vintage deck. As I said, it's going to take me a little while longer to finish. But, oh my god. Pretty new art on Library of Alexandria. I got my Black Lotus. I got some Moxes. I love the new art on these. Still need to get a Sapphire. Putting that one off a little bit. Got my Ancestral Recall. Got my Time Walk. Fun story, I actually opened an unlimited Time Walk mint condition in a pack of Zendikar. That was a really fun day. But it's basically just an Oath deck. Runs Inferno Titan, Grizzlebrand. There's like 3 creatures in here. Auric Salvagers is the other one. But yeah, it's a pretty fun deck. Once I finish it, I'm planning to play it on stream. It's like about $170 still to finish it because of the 2 Force of Wills, the Engineered Explosives, Chalice of the Void. It's the pricier cards. I still need 3 more fetch lands. The last Mox that's left is the $12 Mox. Yeah, I think that's all that's left. But yeah, this will be fun to play. I really miss this format. Used to have a deck that went infinite with Time Vault. And yeah, quite a bit of fun to play. Anyway, I'm going to go for the night. Just to give you guys a heads up, this link to Discord is going to be active all the time. So if you come across this video later on YouTube or also on Twitch, feel free to put that into your Discord, and you should be able to join the group. Then you can ask me questions about EDH decks, we can talk about other formats, anything you need, and you'll get an alert anytime I get on to do streaming. So, good night from Meatball. Good night from the Zoidberg. He's still being cute. Gotta love the Zoid. He's so adorable. And good night from me, and I will see all you guys later.